Hello, in this video we are going to be discussing how to improve your violin shifting. Hi, I'm Kaye, violinist, and I work with dedicated adult violinists who want to have impeccable technique and play with gorgeous tone. The piece I played for you at the beginning of this video is Meditation from Thais by Massenet. I used it as an example of how we have to be able to shift flawlessly and effortlessly when we play advanced pieces. In this video, I'm going to give you some different techniques on how to improve your violin shifting and to play in a relaxed manner so that you don't have what I call shifting freakouts. So the first place to check is your posture. If you followed me for a while, you know that I am a very big proponent on playing with proper posture and to play ergonomically. So the first place to inspect is just your left hand, making sure that you're completely relaxed and that you're not tense here exactly between your thumb and your index finger. If we're tense here, it's going to make it very difficult to shift on the instrument. So we want that to be very relaxed. You also want your palm always to face the fingerboard, no matter what position you are shifting to and from. The palm is always facing the fingerboard and not flipping out in this way, no matter what position you're playing. Speaking of positions, you want to make sure you also are very fluent in the position that you are shifting to and from. If you don't know where you're shifting to and how that physically feels, it's going to make it very difficult to shift accurately to a position that you're unfamiliar with. Typically, the first position that you're going to learn to shift to is third position. So I'll use that as an example. In third position, you want to physically be able to know where that lives with your hand, so you can just nail it. With all the violinists that I work with, I always suggest take the hand away and come and land on that position. So take your hand away and come and find that. So you physically have the muscle memory to guide you and know exactly where that position lives. And then that way, when you're shifting to that position, you can shift directly to that position. And you want to be able to hear the note that you're shifting to before you shift to it. If you're unable to hear the pitch before you shift to it, it's also going to make it difficult to shift accurately. Going back to shifting relaxed, one technique that you can use to help you lighten up with your fingers is actually grab a tissue. So here I have a tissue. Just grab a simple tissue. You can use this for yourself or for your students. Whenever I teach shifting for the very first time to a violinist, I always recommend using a tissue. So we don't need a bow for this exercise. You just want to put the tissue right underneath your finger. You could use your first finger, second finger, third finger, fourth finger. It really doesn't matter. Let's use the second finger for this example. And be able to just shift up and down very gently. So it's like we're polishing the string, and that's how lightly you want your finger to be. If we have any friction with the finger and we're tight with the thumb, it's going to make it very difficult to shift. We want to be light as a feather. So that's why the tissue is a great resource to be able to feel how that feels, to lighten up and just feel like you're really just polishing the string as you're shifting. So for this exercise, have your tissue underneath your fingers. Pick a finger you want to focus on, let's say even the third finger for this example. And when you come up and shift up into, let's say, seventh position, you can see what's going on with your thumb and that you're working around the instrument, all right? So I'm going to do first to third to seventh, so you can kind of see how that works. Everybody works as a team as we're moving up. So here's first, third, and you see in third how the wrist is around the shoulder. We don't want to be coming under. Watch that your elbow stays underneath the violin, and as you go up into seventh, we start to open up here, okay? I'll do this one more time, and we're going to add an extra position in there. Let's do first, third, fifth, and seventh, so you can see these checkpoints. So this is first, nice relaxed thumb. You can always give your thumb a little tap. Make sure you have that space and you're not tense. you're truly having a very good violin hold here. You can always check out my violin hold video if you need some pointers on developing a great violin hold. So here's first, we're going to go into third. Check that your thumb is truly in its home in third. And then we're going to go into fifth. So fifth, the thumb lives right here underneath the violin, and we start to open up here. Okay? And then go into seventh, and that's where we open up the distance between our thumb and our index finger. As we go up the instrument, we do need the elbow to come under. So now I'm going to go down, and you can see what happens with the elbow. So here we're in seventh, fifth, the thumb doesn't change. I just go back into fifth, into third, and into first. So you see how the elbow goes under. Now I'm going to go from first to seventh. You can see as much of a jump that is for the elbow to come under the instrument, and back into first. Okay, so let's get an exercise here for you that you can use with the bow. You can take the same idea and shift from first to third to fifth to seventh to get that feeling of the elbow and how this works. But I'm going to simplify it a little bit, and let's just go from first to third so we can break down the mechanics of how this works. So here we're in first position, shifting up into third. And I'm going to show from this side so you can see what the thumb is doing. So first to third, and then back down to first. So everybody works as a team. I did that pretty quickly. I'm going to do it in slow motion. Everybody is here as a team. The thumb is in third, and when we shift down, we also shift down as a team. So you see that the thumb doesn't go high and then the hand, or the thumb doesn't go low and then the hand. Everybody works together as what I call as a team, as a unit. If you are just working out the beginning of shifting, I would suggest shifting same finger shifts, B to D, first to third, C to E, D to F sharp, and then E to G. Fourth finger shifts are always the trickiest, so it's great to shift with your fourth finger, not only to strengthen your fourth finger shifts, but also to strengthen your fourth finger. So that was a really quick breakdown of same finger shift exercises that you can do from first to third position. Don't forget to practice shifting down, because that is the biggest weakness for violinists, since pretty much all the exercise books for shifting have you shift up, and then shifting down is almost kind of like an afterthought. I would suggest starting in the upper position, shift down, and then shift up. You can check out my book, Seamless Shifting, Same Finger Shifts, and I've written out all the shifts from first to seventh position in different exercise form for you to practice your same finger shifts. And I'll leave a link here to that book. I have one last fun exercise to give you. It's called the tornado siren exercise. Growing up and living in the Midwest, I heard quite a bit the tornado siren. So how this exercise works is you just start in first position, and first off, I'd like you to give it a try without even thinking about what pitch you're shifting to, but just to get organized here and how this feels as you're shifting up. So you can start with your third finger in first position. You can shift all the way up without even thinking about which pitch you're going to, and then shift back down. The idea is to watch that when you get to around fifth position, that we start to open up the hand. And then come back down to fifth. And from here to first. And making sure that your wrist returns to nice and straight when you go back into first position. So the three most important aspects of shifting is to listen, really hear the notes that you're shifting to in your mind even before you play it. Be able to hear that, and you'll improve your shifts quite a bit. Always know exactly where you are, so what position you're shifting from and what position you're shifting to, and truly be in that position Truly be in first, truly be in third, and not some sort of amalgamation of the two positions. Physically be in the position you're shifting from, and physically be in the position that you're shifting to. If you apply these shifting techniques, you will definitely improve your violin shifting. Let me know in the comments below which exercise you are going to incorporate in your practice sessions. Enjoy and happy shifting. Ciao!